Ayo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson, your host of CHGO Bets Daily. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me in his humble abode, Cody Delmendo. Follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. He's my partner in degeneracy. Cody, it was a lovely little surprise yesterday to be out in the alleyway helping Jake Flanagan take out some recycling, and here comes Cody zipping by in a scooter. It was great to see the celebrity sighting, and I'm excited to see you later today because you got the Cubs game coming in, and we got right. You got a
no, I'm not coming in today.
They told us to be remote.
I was just telling Law Dog, our producer today, that I was a little jealous that I couldn't come in because the weather's so perfect.
Hey, come on! I mean, you can come watch the game with Herb and I, and Vinny. Vinny's going to be here. I mean, why not?
If I lived close, I actually would consider it. Just because
you got your scooter. Come on, what it takes you? But you don't even have to deal with the I-90 traffic. You just scoot over here.
It'd take me 40 minutes to get there. That's
again, a lot.
If it was like 10 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, why not? But I don't live in West Loop.
I get you. 40 minutes is a lot. If it was like 10, 15, I'd be dragging you over here myself.
The weather is beautiful today, so I was a little jealous that we're remote. So
hey, maybe you'll go scoot to get your dinner for the Cubs game. You'll figure it out. We got some great bets today. I'm in a great mood. I cannot lie. I was telling Lawrence my best bet of the day, and it wasn't even really an angle. It was just I felt like I just saw something very weird. You just look at a line, Cody, and you just does it boggle the mind? So it's soccer, and I know, hey, I got an iffy relationship betting soccer, but it's Champions League. And there's these two clubs, Benfica, they're from Portugal, and Inter Milan, they're from Italy, and all the thing was in the first half, the correct score to be 0-0, right? No goals to be scored at plus 115, or total goals under a half at plus 160. Both betting the same thing, no goals to be scored, but one's at plus 115, one's at plus 160. So it cashed, and I'm just happy I didn't bet plus 115 and I didn't bet correct score because I made more money doing it the other way. So, hey, I'm in a great mood. So
Cody.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a bad gambler, but also I see shit like that, and I'm like, hey, let's go.
I know. Why? I'm surprised that actually that somehow got through the system.
Right. Like what? I've never seen anything like that.
Especially that different. Like if it was like plus 120 or 125, maybe that might make sense. But
like you'll see positive EV across different books, but not literally in the same the section below each other. It's just very odd. So I'm in a good mood, Cody. I don't know how you are. I know the hit parlay didn't cash yesterday, and that's on me. Luis Robert didn't get a hit, and that was my guy. It didn't cash immediately. First leg.
Ian Happ didn't get a hit either. So
well, there you go. I feel better.
The hit parlay didn't hit because of that. My own Cubs hit parlay missed by one leg because of that. And he actually he hit one to the opposite field on a line right into a glove. I mean, just brutal. Well, but
even in that game too, though, I mean, AJ Pollock, I bet him to hit a homer, and not to bring up a bad memory, even though I think the Cubs won, right?
They did. Yes.
All right, so it's not too bad of a memory. I bet Pollock to homer, and they pinch hit Kelnick, and Kelnick hits a homer. It's like, oh, does that not cash at all? It's the same. It's the same spot,
Yeah. There was a moment when Pollock was up there with runners on, and I was thinking about you placing that bet, and I was like,
it was bases loaded.
Yeah, this better not happen now. Sean will be happy, but I will not be happy.
Well, and then Cody, and I was thinking of you when I saw that he was up with Drew Smyly and the bases loaded. I said, if he hits a grand slam, I will be very happy, and Cody will be very pissed off. So hey, at least the Cubs won, and you're not pissed off about that. So we're good about that, and we can move on. We're gonna bounce back with the hit parlay. What we've seen with the hit parlay is if we lose one, we win one. So we'll give you out the hit parlay before we hit the break. And then we'll play Will It Dong. We will go into all the guys that I've picked out for us today to bet on them to hit a home run. So let's jump into the hit parlay, Cody. I love one of your picks, and I'm surprised you're going with the enemy here, Jordan Walker.
Yeah, so I'm taking Jordan Walker and Eric Hosmer. We'll start with Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker has yet to go hitless this year. It's not really surprising. It's big of me to admit. Big of me to put him in this parlay. But, he was a top 5 prospect entering the season. He made the opening day roster with the Cardinals. And Lars Nootbaar has hit the IL a week ago, and he's been getting a lot of playing time out in the outfield. And they're playing Colorado. Kyle Freeland is really good, but not when they're at Coors. He pitched his last start he pitched was a weird 1-0 win for the Rockies against the Nationals, I want to say. Couldn't believe it. 1-0 at Coors between those two teams. 1-0.
You don't
so
get
I don't see that happening.
Coors.
I don't see that happening again. I'm sorry. I will give me Jordan Walker to get a hit tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits a homer, to be honest. And the thing is I like Kyle Freeland. It's just that he's not very good at Coors. No pitcher is very good at Coors. So give me Jordan Walker. It's at -280 in this parlay. But
again, if this hits, he will tie Ted Williams with the longest hit streak to start a career. That's just ridiculous. I mean, of course, the Cardinals will call up a guy that's in the talks of Ted Williams.
Yeah, don't talk to me about that.
I'm sorry,
but
you picked him.
Well, listen, we're just trying to win some money here, right? And I do think the Cardinals are due. They're 3-7. They're off to a slow start. Miles Michaelis going for them. If they can score early, they probably win tonight. It was actually hilarious that they lost the first game. I just don't understand how they are so bad outside, but it's their pitching, and that was the one thing that I was sus about their team going into the year. Anyway, Jordan Walker, I think he gets a hit tonight to keep that hit streak going. Then Eric Hosmer, if no one's noticed, dude's been pretty good to start the year. Weighted runs created plus around 120 right now. Been hitting over 300. Had a couple hits last night. Does Chris Flexen scare me? No, not really. So he's batting 7th tonight, so he's not going to get as many opportunities as someone like Nico or Dansby Swanson. But had to add I was waiting for you to throw a Sox player in this parlay because that's kind of the shtick or whatever. But that's my Cubs player for tonight is Hosmer. It's at -230 if you took it as a single bet, put in the parlay. He's batting 7th, and he's got success against flex in his career too. In about 5 at bats, he's hitting 5 at bats.
5 at bats. That's not success. That's a very small sample size.
It's a very small sample size, but he has gotten hits off him. All right. And he's playing well right now. Like I said, 5. He's batting 400 in 5 at bats, 2 RBIs to go with. So he's gotten
2 for 5. He has 2 hits.
Yeah,
I can
that's
do
fine.
math.
Couple hits, and he's been hitting well. So that's my one Cubs player. The thing is that a lot of guys on the Cubs don't have a lot of experience against flexing. But for the sake of choosing a Cubs player to put in the parlay, I was like, all right, we'll just roll with the guy who's hitting well right now. So
I want to win money, and that's why I didn't pick a White Sox player. I'm going to be honest with you. James Orlando in the chat saying, let's go Stockings. Absolutely. We want a White Sox win. And he's saying, Andrew Vaughn, throw him in. No. The issue with the White Sox lineup and the pitcher that they're playing today, Pablo Lopez, not a lot of experience. I think 7 total at-bats for the White Sox lineup versus Lopez. And Pablo Lopez has added a new pitch, a sweeper. And that is the White Sox biggest enemy. I don't know if any of the right-handers, the good players on the White Sox, will get a hit against Pablo Lopez. Andrew Benintendi, probably an okay add if you want to have a White Sox player in the hit parlay, but I don't like Andrew Benintendi. The bit is that I don't like him, so I can't put him in the hit parlay. Mainly because he's going to slap one to left field and it hopefully gets down in front of the left fielder. I'm not thrilled to bet a White Sox today. I think Herb is probably going to be taking a victory lap because he said that Pablo Lopez is better than Lance Lynn, and I scoffed at that. But Pablo Lopez, I think, is going to eat tonight versus the Sox. So,
yeah, I was looking at the matchups with them, and I didn't like it. So I was curious to find out who you were going to use. But whatever.
Well, you want to talk about it? It's one of your guys. It's Rizzo. Maybe we'll just go to a Chicago contingency here to kind of satisfy no White Sox. But have you ever heard of a Hunter Gaddis?
I
I've
remember
heard of
an
a hunter-gatherer.
Evan Gaddis. Evan Gaddis, the catcher. I remember him.
No, he's retired and he's a catcher. And it's not hunter gather. That's a thing that they used to do, but now we
Caveman
have
times.
capitalism.
Yeah.
Anthony Rizzo is a left-hander. Hunter Gaddis is a AAA pitcher. The Guardians are
Put a dollar.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I got a cash on me. The Guardians just I don't know. They're kind of banged up. They kind of, are cheap. They kind of have a little budget operation here. And, when they're going up against the Royals, Hunter Gaddis does fine. But when you're going up against the Yankees, you're going to get smashed. Hunter Gaddis versus left-handed hitters has two pitchers that have an average exit velocity over 100. His fastball and changeup. I have seen Anthony Rizzo smash changeups and forcing fastballs off of right-handed pitchers all the time. You are giving me a veteran in a right-handed friendly park and full 9 frames. Anthony Rizzo will have the chance to probably bat at least 4 times just because they're the away team. I love this bet. Rizzo going deep just makes a lot of sense off Hunter Gaddis. Hunter Gaddis also, I think, has a home run per 9 of 3.72. Has the highest barrel rate of any starter going today. I think Rizzo goes deep today. We'll talk about that later. But, hey, a hit is also a home run. Or to get a home run, you have to hit the ball. So I like Rizzo in the hit parlay. And then Corey Seager, kind of going off of barrel rates. Corey Seager consistently barrels up balls. He's consistently driving the ball hard. Jordan Lyles is the pitcher for the Royals today. Soft toss and righty. It just kind of makes a lot of sense. I think Corey Seager can hit a line drive. There's no shift to stop him anymore, and I think he'll rope a single. Plus 299 is the CHGO hit parlay. Hosmer, Jordan Walker, Anthony Rizzo, and Corey Seager all to get a hit. Let's go. I like it.
Let's ride, baby.
I like Rizzo and Seager in this for sure. I'm not. I think Hosmer is the one that you're like a little iffy about, and that's just because of previous history. But again, he's been hitting well to start this year, and he's batting 7th tonight. So you're thinking at least 3 at bats. But the wind is blowing out. The over/under on the Cubs and Mariners is 10.5. So one might say he could get 5 chances. So we'll see.
There you go. And hey, wind was blowing out last night, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say
wind was blowing out, but
yesterday?
for once the under hit. But I think Drew Smyly was better than what anyone expected. So I think the question is, will Hayden Wesneski bounce back from his start in Cincinnati, and will Chris Flexen be the good Chris Flexen? Which in his 2 starts he's been fine, but nothing like crazy good or anything. So I think if there's one bet from the Cubs game that I like tonight is the under on Flexen strikeouts, which is 3.5. I know it's a low total, but I don't know. He's never I don't think he's pitched at Wrigley before. It's not like the Mariners are coming to Wrigley every year until now with the new schedule changes. But I'm interested to see how he pitches in this type of environment, and I just don't know if he will show up. So that's my one play on the Cubs Mariners game tonight. Flexing under 3.5. I think it's around minus 145 too. It's not really like you're gonna have to lay some extra juice on there if you really want to make anything on it. But
he's a guy that I don't know how much length he will provide, and also we saw how much money we made last year just betting White Sox pitcher strikeout unders, even if it was at like 2.5. The high contact team like the Cubs really aren't going to strike out a ton. Looking at strikeout props, just to end this White Sox stuff, and we'll get into home run bets, and then we'll wrap this up. Pablo Lopez to strike out to 7 or more White Sox today at plus 135 on DraftKings Sportsbook. If you are looking for a best bet, quote unquote, today for the White Sox game, Cody just gave out best bet for flexing under strikeouts. I think going over for Pablo Lopez makes a lot of sense. This is a right-hander with a great breaking ball. The White Sox are killed by that. As long as he can locate his fastball inside and locate his sweeper outside of the zone, low and away, he's probably going to strike out a lot of Sox. And they don't walk a ton. They're trying to put the ball in play. They're trying to make contact, and I don't know if they really have a ton of contact-oriented guys, especially with Tim Anderson out. I think that we're going to see Pablo Lopez go over his strikeouts today. And again, you can take that at plus 135
Yeah.
on.
I will ride. I'm in.
Lawrence is riding. Cody's riding.
There was someone I follow on Twitter who gave out that bet as well. So it's kind of popular. I don't know if we should be scared of that, but I like it. I like based off what you said earlier about their inability to hit the sweeping slider, especially the right-handed hitters.
Well, they haven't seen him too. Like there's just not a lot of guys have seen him. You know.
That too, yeah, and that's one reason why I like the Cubs tonight to win. Because the Mariners have no experience against Hayden Wesneski. So I guess same type of logic in a way.
Pablo Lopez has thrown his new sweeper 48 times and has yet to allow a hit on it. So that scares me. I can't lie. That scares me massively. Pablo Lopez props I do like
He's due
over
for
6.5.
Regression, Sean. There you go. There's your spin.
Not against this team. But hey, anyways, DraftKings Sportsbook, and also we do have play-in games starting, and it's NBA playoff times. That means big hoops action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make a $5 pregame moneyline bet and score $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. So download the app now and sign up with code CHGO. New customers can make a $5 pregame moneyline bet. I just read that. Okay, cool. That I already did the call to action. But again, only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-505 or visit gamblinglinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-470. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gaming resources.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was real. Just rolls off the tongue.
I love it.
James Orlando saying, do you guys have any money line parlays for today? Cody.
I do.
Do you have any money line parlays for today?
I do. All right. Let's you know how these baseball lines, man, they're so weird sometimes, right? So that's kind of how I'm thinking about this money line parlay. It's a 3-legger. All right, let's start with the Blue Jays. They got the Tigers tonight. They're minus 275 on the money line. Manoah taking on Matt Manning. The Tigers, I mean, their offense has been anemic to start the year.
Good word.
Yeah, thank you. Sometimes I can say big words. They haven't been good.
That's a great word, though, especially for the Tigers. That's good.
Yeah, well, and then meanwhile, the Blue Jays offense has been great. And I think, Manoah's been fine, but he's been whatever. It's been, early season. But again, they're huge favorites tonight, and that kind of scares me just because this is like the time where I would probably bet against that just because baseball's so weird. That's kind of what I do, but I'm going to ride the Blue Jays tonight in this parlay. Next up, Diamondbacks, money line against the Brewers. They just won 3 of 4 against the Dodgers, and they beat the Brewers last night. I know Corbin Burns is going for the Brewers tonight, but they are road favorites. And I like the Diamondbacks at home with the way they're playing right now. And I'm kind of using that same logic with the Cubs tonight, even though they're a favorite, but only at minus 120. They're not huge favorites against the Mariners. So if you don't want to throw the Cubs in there, I do think Diamondbacks and Blue Jays at least give you some decent value because the Diamondbacks are plus 105, Blue Jays are minus 275. So you probably get a little bit more even odds there if you don't want to do this 3-legger. This 3-legger comes out to plus 412. That is my 3-leg money line parlay. A few bucks wins you $10. And when I say a few bucks, I mean 2. So
there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see. I wanted to throw in an underdog, a heavy favorite, and then just an even one in there for this 3-leg money line parlay.
That's right.
The one I'm scared of the most about is the Cubs, but the reason I do think the Cubs win tonight is because the Mariners just have not seen Hayden Wesneski, and I think that he's going to be better than what he was in Cincinnati, a team that had already seen him twice at the end of last year. So I think the only thing that kind of scares me is the wind is blowing out. So can he get those hitters to hit a bunch of ground balls? We'll see. Also, he can strike guys out. He's one of the few guys in the rotation that, at least historically and I know his history is very short, but he's shown that he can rack up some strikeouts. So we'll see what happens. I feel okay about it. I feel okay putting them in the parlay tonight, and I've been avoiding betting the Cubs most of the year. So.
Hey, back-to-back wins versus the Mariners would be pretty sweet.
I gotta be honest. I think it's time to ride the Mariners tonight.
Be on the Mariners?
Yeah. If Cody believes in the Cubs tonight,
yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Hey, maybe with my extra $10, I'll throw.
You can
I don't know,
get the
Mariners
Mariners like plus 100, man. Like it's good odds.
Where's my money for the Benfica bet I just tailed you on?
You did?
Yeah, right when we
sorry
started
about
the show,
that.
I said, you know what? Let's take the Benfica second half money
Did you
line.
sprinkle?
There.
Just like a little sprinkle?
Yeah.
Is it still 1-0?
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, it's 1-0. I know that, not them.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Sorry, Cody. We're talking soccer over here.
Yeah, we're talking
you're
soccer. I
fine.
was really hoping when I saw that inner goal go in that VAR would take it back, but it's been a
bastards.
couple minutes and it's still on the board.
All right, what do you got? You got some. You got some.
I got some homer
props.
bets. Let's do this.
Let's take a look.
Cody, I like the juice, and let's follow the juice. This is Will Dong. I basically took $20 and sprinkled it.
Will they dong?
Will they dong? And sprinkled it all across these guys. I already gave out Anthony Rizzo earlier. Again, a hit is a home run at plus 390. Hunter Gaddis will give up a home run to the Yankees tonight. Will it be against Aaron Judge? Will it be against Giancarlo Stanton? Will it be against Anthony Rizzo? Shit, might be all three. But I'm going to go Anthony Rizzo. I just really like lefties versus Gaddis. I think he's going to see him well and hit him well. Byron Buxton to homer at plus 330. Lance Lynn has been giving up homers in basically every game, whether it be World Baseball Classic, whether it be regular season. He is giving up dongs. Byron Buxton was off yesterday. He did have a pinch hit appearance, and he had a nice exit velocity, but it was foul. I think if he gets 3 at-bats against Lynn, I think he probably will take him deep at least once. He doesn't have a ton of success against Lynn lifetime, but Byron Buxton, that's just kind of a ticking time bomb there. That guy's really good at baseball.
He'll either hit a homer or get hurt.
Yeah, right. He'll either do something amazing or get hurt. We're going to go to a weird one here. I'm going to tail 2 Royals to homer. Vinny Pasquantino, will he dong? I think he will. At plus 650. He's a guy that is a true three outcomes guy. He homers, he walks, he strikes out, but he's really tough to strike out. And Jacob deGrom, really good at striking out people, but since 2022, he has a 50% 3 true outcome. He will either give up a home run, he will strike you out, or he will walk you. I think Pasquantino kind of has the plate discipline to kind of see it and hit it. I like his ability, especially as a left-handed hitter, to try to take DeGrom deep. DeGrom's been affected by the pitch clock as well, so I think he might have a little less juice than he's used to. And I'm also going for Bobby Witt Jr. for the same reason. Bobby Witt Jr. hits velocity well. He's got some quick hits. And on 0-0 counts, when he swings at fastballs, he's got a 20% barrel rate on fastballs. Jacob deGrom throws a fastball in an 0-0 count about 50% of the time. If he gets an 0-0 fastball, I think Bobby Witt might hit it deep. I think he could truly go up there and just say, all right, I know Jacob deGrom's going to throw me at something at 100. I'm going to try to, take it deep. I like Witt Jr.'s chance against velocity from deGrom at plus 650. Hunter Renfroe at plus 450. I think he'll dong. He had a homer yesterday. He hit a homer in the day before. He hit a homer in the day before that. He's homered in 3 straight games. And you might say, Hunter Renfroe hitting a homer in 4 straight games. When has that happened before? 2018, August 5th to August 9th. He's done it before. Hunter Renfroe is a home run hitter. He looks like Mike Trout, and hey, he might be Mike Trout. I think, especially against Josiah Gray, he's one of these guys with a high barrel rate. Again, we're looking for guys that are going to give up hard contact, good exit velocities, 4 home runs. Hunter Renfroe is doing really well right now. He does well against right-handers with sliders. Josiah Gray doesn't really have that great of a fastball. That's why I'm going with 3 Angels today. I think Renfroe could take him deep. I think Ohtani could take him deep. I think Trout can take him deep.
And what about Rendon?
I don't think that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like
Skip
Rendon.
Okay.
But Renfroe at plus 450, Ohtani at plus 300. He's also pitching tonight. And then Trout at plus 270. I just feel Josiah Gray really won't be able to establish his fastball. Really doesn't have that good of a fastball. And if he tries to throw, one of those front door sliders to Renfroe and Trout, and it's just kind of right in front of the middle of their knee, inside pitch, I could see them taking that deep to left field. So I really like all of those players to homer. Again, that ranges from plus 270 to plus 650. I sprinkled $2.50 on most of those. Rizzo is my biggest play at $5. So gamble responsibly and call those numbers if you need help.
All of those numbers.
Dang. All right.
I like the Rizzo one the most. So
it's I think the one, if I had to pick one favorite, it's very tough for me, but if I had to pick one favorite, it's easily the Rizzo bet. Gaddis is bad.
I mean, betting Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani to hit a homer like every day is just something I feel like. I wonder if you would do, the unit would be super small, or else you would just finish down every single year. But like sprinkling a few dollars on Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run every day, I feel like you could end up being up by the end of the year if you just blindly did it. I feel
it's
like
possible.
I don't know. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. FAX. I don't know.
That's what I think. I think if you bet Judge to homer in every game last year, you probably would have been positive, but you needed like 62 of those. Right. And probably at the end of the year, it probably wasn't even fun to bet that number. They were probably,
the odds were so
getting real low. It was probably minus 105 for him to hit a homer.
Which is wild, but yeah.
Right. Now I need to look up too, like when Ohtani hitting a homer and pitching on the same day. How many times has he done that? Because now I'm a little worried about that homer, but whatever. Gray doesn't have a good fastball, so I don't understand how you're going to pitch to Mike Trout. I don't understand how you're going to pitch to Shohei Ohtani. You throw them a breaking ball at the bottom of the zone, they're going to take that deep. So
I'm surprised you didn't throw anyone from the Cardinals and Rockies game, because I think there's going to be a ton of runs in that game tonight.
It's a good one. It's a good call. I really thought Arenado or Goldschmidt, but like their lines suck. Yeah. Like Arenado to hit a homer's at like plus 240, plus 210. Like it's worse than Trout. I'll take Trout.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of feel the same way, sportsbooks. So like I don't think the juice is really there.
You could parlay them too in a same game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I guess James is parlaying all of them, which is worth $1. James, if that hits, bless that dollar.
All hit,
bless that dollar.
Like, there will be no slander for Sean's betting strategy ever again on this show. I will never shake my head anytime he says he's betting soccer. If all those guys hit home runs tonight, I will let he will be the show. I will retire.
I'm telling you, Cody.
I'm
telling you.
Sorry.
I have 4 plays in soccer, and I'm not even counting the live Benfica play. That was that was smart. I'm not even hating that. But if my money line parlay of Man City and Real Madrid hit, the under already hit in the first half. If AC Milan draw no bet hits, whatever, and I go 4-0 in Champions League, you'll never hear the end of it. I'm a soccer guy. You know what? I'll
big soccer guy.
Ridiculous. Anyways, that's Cody Delmendo. Follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Shout out to James and everyone hanging out with us in the chat. James, if you hit on the parlay, the home run parlay, you don't owe me anything. All right, just tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friends about Lawrence, because Lawrence Benedetto.
Yeah, James shouted me out. Thanks, buddy. Call me a real one.
Appreciate everyone hanging out. We got 9 likes. Why not 10? I mean, there's someone out there that can hit that like button, and we appreciate that
people watching,
a ton.
So, yeah.
60?
16.
Oh, 16.
I wish
I heard 60. I was like, mercy. I know my bets are good, but come on, guys. Whoa, 60. Anyway, so that's Cody. I'm Sean.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Get 60 people in here. And, hey, we will talk to you guys tomorrow when we're millionaires.